Hey everyone, my name is Jake. I'm going to try to explain the combat and mechanics of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This game throws a lot at you, so it's easy to lose track of different things. We're going to start with the character screen though, so when you click on here, basically this is your party management. As you can see, each screen has a driver and their blades. You can click on any of them. We're gonna start with Rex, who's a driver, and first thing you'll see is Enhance Arts. This is how you improve your arts, which are moves basically tied to different weapons. As you can see, it takes weapon points in order to upgrade these. And the way you get weapon points is by using that specific weapon. And it's also important to note that these skills that you upgrade carry across other blades with the same weapon. So if you invest heavily in Knuckle Claws, any blade that Rex uses with Knuckle Claws will already have these upgrades as is. And as you can see, weapon points are tied to different weapons. So you can't use weapon points from your Aegis Sword to your Knuckle Claws. We're gonna skip Engage Blades. That's basically just which blades you want equipped. It's pretty self-explanatory. Next is Affinity Chart. This is a pretty standard skill tree. Basically, you unlock new perks and skills with skill points. You can see that down in the corner. Yeah, just come back here occasionally with each character and make sure you're on top of this, because it can definitely help, especially later in the game or if you hit a wall. Next, we have accessories. Once again, pretty basic. I don't think I need to say much about this. It's basically just equipping armor, bracelets, whatever. And finally, you have pouch setup. And now, basically what pouches are, they are consumable items that give you passive skills. So for example, the Oyster Stir Fry gives you -4 ether damage for a duration of 20 minutes. Now, it's also important to note that this duration is only in battle, so it doesn't count down while you're outside of battle. And this is something that I don't use a whole lot yet, but it's something that you will need to be paying attention to the later you get, because some of these consumables can really help you out. So that is basically Rex. But now, obviously, we've got all these blades that you can customize and upgrade. So we'll take a look at Korra, and Korra there's not as many menus, but still important to look at. Weapon modification. This basically improves the weapon. It's something that you just want to stay on top of. Maybe buy some of these when you get to stores. Whatever. They can vastly improve weapons. Next up is the blade skill tree, and as you can see, this is a little bit more complex, and there's one big difference between this and the driver skill tree. So instead of using skill points in order to unlock new skills, you have to complete certain challenges. So as you can see here, in order to do this one, I need to defeat 2 more Bunnet enemies in Uriah. Once I do that, I'll unlock it. However, something very important to point out is that you need to keep coming back to this screen, because it'll unlock new rows as you complete other ones. And if you don't do it, even if you complete these different conditions, like I've killed more than enough of those Bunnets, but since I didn't go to the screen and unlock the one before it, or since I didn't go to the screen and open it up, then it didn't count. So basically, you don't have to do much. Just make sure to come back here and keep making sure you're seeing these things unlock as you go. And finally is the Ox Crystal. So this is similar to accessories as you saw with the driver. However, the big difference here is that in order to use these, they need to be refined. And the way you refine an Ox Core is you have to go to a certain vendor in towns, and basically he'll ask for items and use those items to refine it. And obviously, you've got the same exact setup for all of your drivers, so make sure to stay on top of this. There is a lot of managing between different characters, but it's very important to be checking up on this regularly. But now that we have that out of the way, I can go to combat and I can show you some of the basics and how to do chain attacks, which are basically the way you deal high amounts of damage in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Alright, so we're now engaged in combat. One thing to point out is that I'm not actually hitting anything. Your characters will auto-attack. And as you can see, as I attack, I'm filling up these gauges in the corner. So once I fill one, I can hit the corresponding button, and I will do that move. Now, as you can tell, I'm building up this gauge over here too with each special I use, or with each art I use. So now it's at 1. Once you're ready to use it, you just hit A. And there we go. All right. So I'm going to stop this through the power of editing, and as you can see in the top right corner, we have a list of moves and symbols. Basically, these are paths to different combos. So if I want to do Seal Blowdown, I need to use a level 1 electric special, a level 2 fire special, and a level 3 wind special. Or I can do a level 1 electric special, a level 2 electric special, and then a level 3 water special. We're going to do that. We're going to do Seal Stench combo. Now that I've done the first one, I need to work up my special meter to level 2, and then I need to hit this monster again. After I do that, I'll need to trigger Nia to use her water special in order to carry out the combo. I'm going to let the gameplay roll now, but make sure to watch the combos in the top right corner, watch my arts in the bottom right corner, and keep an eye on this gauge in the top left corner. In order to do a chain combo, this needs to be full. So we've now activated Chain Attack. These chain attacks basically let you attack with one blade from each of your drivers. Normally they only get to go once. However, because we carried out that combo earlier, you might notice this blue little orb underneath his name. Now if we break that orb, all of my characters get to go again. So essentially what you want to do is try to build up as many orbs on enemies as you can and use your chain attack. When you use your chain attack, you try to burst all of these, and in theory, you can continue attacking for a very long time. So anyway, I hope that helped. I know there's a ton of information here and it can be quite overwhelming. But if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. You can find me at JacobDeck or leave questions in the comments below. If this didn't help, let me know why. Is there something I missed? Is there an easier way I could have explained something? Just leave that in the comments as well. I'm sure it'll help other people who decide to take a look at this video. Thank you for watching.